August is going to be a fabulous month. It's going to help us to create a real sense of freedom and have crystal clear clarity and creative expansion so we can actually manifest our goals. So I'm Mary Angela Parodi. This is my Mystic Insights to support empaths and sensitives to navigate the path ahead. And so for August, in numerology, this is a number 4 month. It's going to help us to create a really grounded foundation. 4 is the 4 pillars on the table, creating a sense of what puts you out of balance. How are you finding your self-care or your health or your exercise routine? How are you finding a way to balance all of those elements so that when you are under stress or feeling overwhelmed, noticing what tips you out? And so this month will help you to have a better fine-tuning of that balance so you're not thrown off completely. You're able to make subtle tweaks so you can find your center again. So August is finding your center month. And as you're doing that, you're finding your way of what is the next step? What is my next consistent, committed step? Because you're creating that foundation. You'll find a new surge of energy this month on the 8th of August, which is a new moon in Leo. So we're going to get a sense of confidence and renewal to move us out of feeling uncertain, out of worry, into greater motivation. And because it's a new moon, it's going to fire up this new creativity, what you want to bring out into the world, but you're trusting yourself so much more. So the solar plexus above your navel, that chakra, is the one that's going to be activated to help you really fuel and fire up your motivation and commitment for this month. Also on that date is a powerful gateway, the Lion's Gateway. It's an astrological transit that happens every year, and it goes for a couple of weeks, but that's at the highest point. And I'm running a wonderful workshop on that day, the power of the wounded healer, that's going to help you to move out of your wounds of absorbing everybody else's stuff, creating pain and struggle. You might even have an invisible illness that you've tried to overcome and nothing's resolved it. On this day, we are going to be releasing so many old patterns and conditions so that you can fast track your growth and find your harmony, well-being, acceptance, and a sense of freedom. So I'm looking forward to supporting you with that. So I'll put a link below for you to access that information. The other part that's happening in this month is a full moon in Aquarius on the 22nd. So the full moon's always about culminations. We're coming to that pivotal point in the month where you're at your most expanded. Aquarius is an air element. It's going to help you to start thinking differently and get a better clarity on what wants to come through. And I really felt guided today to use the lemon quartz, beautiful quartz, crystal lemon, bringing confidence, creativity, clarity to the mind. So Aquarius is the air element, which can often take us out into too far into the future or too far into the past. So it's going to help to bring the clarity in. What is it that you need specifically for this month? What is it that's going to help you create that foundation, that next step? Because we can get too big with this air. All of us will have an air somewhere in our chart, but it'll expand us too far into the future that will aggravate, and it might create doubt into thinking, I can't even try that, it's too hard, or what you're actually visioning is maybe 2 or 3 years ahead and it's too far. So my intention for you is to just sit and come back into alignment, placing your hand on your heart and really asking, what is my next step to bring my goal into action? What is my next step that wants to be birthed? What is the next insight? And it might even be something as simple as dancing or grounding or connecting to nature, because by doing that you're anchoring in the energy that wants to come through, because it can stay too high in the head, create overwhelm, uncertainty, clutter, and because of the nervous system's activating, it might create some adrenaline overload. So by always dropping down from the mind into the heart will help you to find the answer that you are looking for just for this time. So the other thing that's coming up in August is Uranus goes retrograde, and this is the planet of freedom, of wanting to take risks, wanting to break out of the mold. And because we'll have this new resurgence of confidence and trust, you'll think, no, I don't want to be trapped anymore. I don't want to be doing what other people want me to do. So there'll be this tension that might be created between you and some other people in your relationships, because you don't want to keep doing what you've been doing and you've been hemmed in. So the Aquarius energy is going to help you to find creative solutions about how to still honoring yourself, honoring your voice and your needs, but also being mindful of other people and what they might be expecting of you. But you're going to start to break out of other people's expectations and start to live your divine truth, your path, your purpose. So it's going to be a month of freedom and breaking through and breaking out of molds, and also no longer taking on the pain and suffering of others and being dependent on them, or they're too dependent on you, and that's what's created the drain. So this month is all about you finding renewal and connection and feeling more optimistic and more energy than ever before. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So if you need any support to navigate some of those transits, reach out. I'm happy to support you. And many of the people working in my groups are making some great leaps this month because we're working deeply on these issues. But as I said, I do have the Power of the Wounded Healer if you'd love to work with me for that one-off workshop coming up in August. Big love.